Do you want to grow your glutes to the next level? Maybe you already do some exercises, but you want to even take the step further to grow your bunda. I'm gonna be literally transforming some of the exercises that you used to doing for your glutes, that they target your glutes, but I will even make them worse for you. The level of pain you will feel in your glutes is so despicable. Is there for your gains. You're welcome. Before we start, don't forget that if you want me to create a despicable plan for you that will help you grow your glutes, a mountain, an absolute wagon in there, link down below for one-to-one online coaching. Now, I'm sure you all have heard of this beautiful machine, the back extension, that we can always do for our glutes as well. Are you ready to transform this machine into pure evilness? First of all, to make it even worse for you, I want you to use a long bank. You're gonna be tying it below. Stand. Okay, so this is optional, and because you'll be used as a superset for later, okay, to absolutely destroy you. Okay, so just keep it there for the next exercise that we'll be doing, the superset. Okay, without the weight. Our weapon of destruction over here, of bunda destruction. Okay, so obviously we know that the regular machine, how you do it is like basically like this. You add, you squeeze at the top, blah blah blah. Okay, now we want to make it even harder. So apart from the weight, we're gonna be feeling the resistance of the band. So let's get inside the loop together. This needs to be an extra heavy or a heavy resistance band, no cheating in here, okay? And after this, I want you to do something evil, okay? So you'll be pausing at the top for 3 seconds and squeezing as hard as you can. I want you to put all the squeeze that you have, all the force you have into this squeeze for 3 seconds and descend down, okay? And then again, squeeze as hard as you can. 1, 2, 3, like you mean it. Squeeze that lemon. Then again, okay, and once you do 10 of this, I want you to do 10 full range of motion ones. 1, 2, 3. If you're a psychopath like me, you can even grab a lighter weight after the heavy one that you're doing and do 10 of this. After you finish, I want you to get out of this and do a banded monster walk. Trust me, with this, I want you to use a extra heavy resistance band, otherwise you're cheating. And you work against the resistance. I want you to do 20 minimum. If you can do more, you're a tough girl. Keep doing it. Nice and slow, really pushing against the resistance of the band. You see, this is a pussy walk, okay? And this is a monster walk. We're being monsters here, okay? We're killing that bunda, you said. At this point, your glutes will be straight screaming. But at this point, I want you to rest for 30 seconds and guess what? Repeat it 4 times. This is evilness, pure evilness, number 1. Another very fun thing that will make, honestly, so much of a difference when you do your hip thrust. Okay, so I want you to really pay attention for this, because initially it will sound a bit weird, but I want you to trust me on this. So this particularly works better when you go a little bit heavier with your hip thrust. So obviously I'm not going super heavy today because it's just a demo weight for me, of course, but I use it on my regular hip thrust days, and oh my god, honestly, like I feel like my glutes were about to fall off from just doing this little thing that I'm going to show you. So now, another important thing that I have to say is that I like to use mats, okay? Some people use pads, and to be honest, I'm not sure if it works as well with pads as to using mats, because I normally use mats in general for my hip thrust. So also the fact that it's mats, they're a little bit thicker, they create less space between the bar and yourself as well. So that is a key point to consider as well. So when you do your normal hip thrust, and listen to this, right? You will do your normal sets as normal, so it doesn't actually matter about this. We skip through like the normal hip thrust that you do. You can do whatever hip thrust set that you want, but when you finish your set, I want you to just sit down like this. So like the weight is still pushing against your bum. And when it comes to this, it's basically, if you think about physics, okay, the force and the weight is still pushing against your glutes. So I don't want you to stretch your legs and just kind of push it. I want you to stay exactly like this, okay? So that you can still, I want you to properly feel the weight of the barbell on top of your glutes still. And it's basically like you're resting, but you're not, because your glutes are still working to obviously getting pressed by the weight on top of you. I know that it will sound honestly weird as hell, but trust me on this. If you do it for the first set, basically you're resting like normal, okay? You're resting and then you wait for the next set and you go straight away with the next step, blah, blah, blah. And you do exactly the same thing. And after the 3rd or 4th set that you do this, familia, trust me, your glutes will be screaming to the point that it'll honestly hurt to even do the next rep, even after you're resting with that on top. Honestly, it's a concept that is amazing, and I literally experimented with this the other day because it happened by accident, and I started doing it and I'm like, it blew my blow your mind, honestly. It's just amazing. The pain that you get from this is unimaginable. It's amazing. It's amazing. Trust me. So I want you to try it. But again, you need to be careful to what I said. You need to do exactly what I said. When you rest and it's heavy and you need to properly feel the weight of the barbell on you, okay? If you don't feel it, then it means that the plates maybe are not big enough for you, or maybe normally the barbell and the distance between the barbell and you is not great. So maybe try a few more mats or anything like that, but trust me on this. It's, honestly, if you try it, please comment and let me know if your glutes are literally dying from the pain. Next, if you want to spice up your gluteus medius kickback, I need you to try this variation. So we select the weight. As always, we put it on the fourth hole over here, and the strap goes slightly above, okay, your ankle, not straight away in your ankle. And this is the perfect tip for you. So obviously we want to incline our foot at 9 p.m. if this is leg, or 2 p.m. if this is the other one. Okay, what we do, I want you to kick, squeeze and hold. I want you to hold. This is isometric holds, and you're squeezing your glutes as hard as you can from 3 seconds. So 1, 2, 3, and then slowly, as slowly as you can, you return. Okay, and then again, 1, 2, 3. I want you to squeeze as hard as you're squeezing as hard as you can, because otherwise you're cheating. And do it. So do it like this, and I promise you that by the time you get to the 4th set, your glutes will be screaming and familiar. But before I show you this other tip, again, if you want me to create a plan for you that works for you and only you, because I also appreciate that some people might not feel an exercise like others, because there are so many things that play into account, whether you have any mobility issues, injuries, or genetics as well. I can create a personalized plan for you that works for your body and helps you grow like you finally want to. But another thing that is very underrated, okay, is doing supersets. And I demonstrated that to you before when I implemented that after the back extension. So things like supersets can actually do wonders when, for example, you're doing a compound movement, like let's say a squat or an RDL, and for example you want to target another area of your glutes, because we know the squats, RDLs and deadlifts variation, they all target the gluteus maximus. But for example, if you want to target your gluteus medius and minimus over here at the end of your set, you can also add a superset and do something very simple but yet very effective. And I always like to include that thing that I showed you as the first exercise as well, the banded monster walk. And you do a high rep volume, because obviously we're not using any weight. So when you do things like with low weight, we know that we need to do more reps as well. Another superset that I like to do apart from this, and I show a lot in my other videos as well, is the one by Brett Contreras that I love, is the gluteus medius hip thrust. So you flex here and then kick to the side. Very, very good for the gluteus medius and top area of your. Anyway, familia, I hope you enjoyed this, and honestly I want you to try these and implement them more often, and your bunda gains will go to the next level, because they will be screaming, they will be crying. Maybe you'll be crying, some will be crying, some will be screaming, but it's a sacrifice that I'm willing to make for bunda gains, because I love you. Now obviously you know that you have to pair it up with good nutrition as well. Whatever, you can have the hardest workout plan in the world, but if you're not eating well enough, you're not gonna grow. That is just simple as. And obviously I can also help you with that with one-to-one online coaching with the eating side of things. Anyway, familia, it's time for me to love you and leave you. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because I'm giving you so many tips, free tips for you. So don't forget to like and subscribe for me as a thank you, at least, because I really appreciate it. And see you next time with another video.